I'm the main inventor on a patent that has just been filed by my university. I'm likely to leave the university in the next 6 months for funding reasons. I plan to keep developing the technology. The university will be the sole owner of the patent. Do I have any free use rights as the inventor, or would I have to pay royalty license on my own work if and when I move on? Both universities are in the UK. And no, you did the research, but it's very likely the university maybe paid you for it or provided the resources, equipment to help you do that. University is going to have at very least the rights to it. There's a whole area of IP practice, what's called technology transfer within universities, and there's this whole body of work. I am not all that familiar with it, but I do know that universities are in general more interested in research than they are commercialization. And so tech transfer offices exist just for that, with professors, individuals like you that want to take what's been researched and found out and go move it to the market. So if that's what you want to do, I think you should go talk with what's called the tech transfer office at your university. They'll be the ones that can help you with it. I have a feeling they're going to retain a lot of the rights so they can continue researching and developing, and obviously probably getting financial resources to keep their university going as they do so. But maybe they allow you the ability to sell and to make some perhaps some revenue based on that. Maybe they want to partake or want some bit of that. Any thoughts on that, Matt?
That's my experience working with professors and people in research and development, is that generally speaking, like, even though they may not own their invention, right, because it's assigned to the company or the university, generally speaking, these universities are pretty good about letting folks continue their research after they leave the university and commercializing the product. Whether there's some royalty that's paid to the university if it does commercialize, I don't quite know. I know in one of my clients that was the case. They were able to take the research with them, but in exchange they made a commitment to pay the university X percentage. I think you're more likely to get that answer from a university than you are from a business. Business is going to say no.
Yep, business say no. University is going to say, probably, yeah, go for it. But you get it done before you go start selling or making the widget.
Yeah, just the university. I mean, at the end of the day, like, they're trying to recruit the best researchers to come work for them, right? And if you're known in the industry as a hard place to work, or not very kind to your inventors with their rights,
yeah,
you want to go there.
I'm not going to go there. You nailed it. Yeah,
it's just the free market.
Chad said the same thing. You will not have free use rights, but talk to your tech transfer office to negotiate a license or spin out agreement. Some universities are open to licensing IP back to inventors, especially if you're advancing the work. So get it formalized before leaving to avoid future legal or commercial issues.
Yeah, earlier the better. Have that conversation. I wondered if this individual's thinking of, like, these free use rights. I wonder if, like, is that kind of like artist rights? Because in the last few years, we've seen a lot more of these, like, musicians, like, taking back their work, right? Kind of clawing it back.
Yeah.
Like, from a copyright perspective. I wonder if that's kind of what he's referencing here with free use. Like, I've never really heard that term before. Have you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I think there are, in the patent world, I believe you can assign it to some entities. I'm blank on the name of the entity. You're getting the patent so that, in a defensive way, so that no other big, call them ugly, bad, company, corporation gets to control it. You give it to the world for free. Go you. And you're sharing that knowledge, and it's a free license. But there's still, you still own that ability to exclude, IBM or Apple or any of the big behemoths, maybe someone who's classified as a large entity or by the IRS or whatever. So you do get to control who does and who doesn't.
And that's a good point. Like, that kind of gets at, one of the things that you kind of taught me a few months back was that one of the reasons that clients or people file patents is defensive. They have no intention whatsoever bringing this product to market or this method to market, right? But they're going to sure as hell exclude, their competitors from it.
Yep, absolutely. Yep, you can do that. Last question. Is it worth trademarking my record label name immediately? Or can it wait? And what are the risks?
Can it wait? Maybe. Certainly, when it comes to the USPTO and the amount of applications filed, which is insane, by the way, it's like 20,000 a week or something like that. Relatively few of those are going to be for recording artist services, whether it's production or recording studio services or post production or whatever, editing services. So, I mean, there's a chance that someone's going to file that trademark between now and when you get around to it. But my pushback as a trademark attorney would be like, well, we're talking about you filing this trademark already, which means that you should file it because it's important to you. And if you're going to file it now or in 2 years, you might as well file it now, right? I know it's a little bit more money, but at least then we're doing the right thing the way it should be done, which is file it early as opposed to wait and then have to pull it back later.